Hello and welcome to Lifetime Uncorked, the podcast where we discuss your favorite made-for-TV movies. Whether you love to hate watch or hate yourself for loving them, pour up a glass of your favorite cocktail and join us. I am your host, Patrick Serrano, and my guests today are...
I am Drew Current.
And I am Dan Wright.
That's
Yeah,
right, Dan is back.
You Dan right.
It's me, guys.
You're Dan Wright. Do people say that to you growing up all the time?
No, it actually only happened in my adult life.
Yeah.
It's great. That is great.
I got Dan wrong all the way through
that is rude.
early part of high school.
Dan wrong? Oh my God, that's so mean.
I know. It's deep emotional scars. You could say it was so harmful, it gave me dissociative identity disorder.
We'll get to it.
Whoa.
We'll get to it. Wow, that is traumatizing.
Thematic.
And not even that funny.
No, it's not. It's just kind of lazy, to be honest with
It's
you.
really lazy.
It's kind of funny.
Dan wrong.
It's kind of funny, though.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's Dan wrong.
Oh, God, it's happening again.
I'm sorry.
Dan
I was
wrong.
yeah, I wasn't very nice in high school. Sorry, everyone.
It's happening all over again.
Okay. all
I've
right.
always been so nice.
Yeah,
I've
you
realized.
are so nice.
I've been nice most of my life.
It's time to
Right.
turn,
Now-
turn it around.
You know
No
what?
more. We'll get a different personality in Dan.
Oh, boy.
Yes. But we're back. Season 4. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
It is our first episode of the new season.
Yay!
So I know we're back.
We're
Yeah,
back.
yay.
A little bit earlier than last year. We took all of January off, but this movie in particular, I was like, I gotta get a podcast going on this one.
Yeah.
So we're doing that. We are going to be covering Lifetime's upcoming films. There's an Olivia Newton-John one.
Oh.
There's a Judith Light and Christina Ricci coming.
Oh,
Yeah.
Christina
There
Ricci.
is a what is the Victoria Gotti? Do we know her?
The daughter of
She's like
John Gotti?
Yeah. She has one that she produced about her life.
Okay.
That doesn't sound self-indulgent at all.
Okay.
No, but
Okay.
she produced it and wrote it, and there's going to be a little documentary about it, about her making the movie after the movie.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like something I would do.
Yeah. This
You know?
passion project.
Right. So lots of things coming. Check out the Lifetime website or the Lifetime Uncorked website and keep up with the movies. We're just going to kind of be going through them as they're coming because I get them in little spatters. You
Yeah.
know, I'm not getting like full schedule. This is not Hallmark, okay?
Yeah,
These
they don't-
movies are being made today. So, you know.
The ones we'll do next week are being made literally right now.
Exactly. So, you know, we don't have a lot of leeway. We'll let you know on the Instagram. Follow us at Lifetime Uncorked. That is the best way to get up to the date news about this podcast.
All of this stuff is just like a Martin Scorsese single shot. Just that's how they get through the whole movie. It's
Yeah.
it's like a
One-
50-minute single shot.
Seriously. But yes, so we're very happy. Everyone's back for season 4. And today we're kicking it off with
Ooh.
a very important movie.
You said kickoff. I like this.
did. Oh, yeah.
That's a sports reference for those of you that don't know.
I didn't even realize I did a sports reference.
We do sports references all the time, and we don't even know it.
I know. I'm like, touchdown there.
Touch.
Oh, that's double meaning. No.
Wait a minute.
Okay, never mind. This is Lifetime.
Sure.
That means something else on Lifetime. Anyways.
In a football game, they're like, touchdown there. Look at that is one.
That's actually when they put their hands up to make the goalpost. They're saying, right here, touch it right here,
Touch it
Yes.
right
in
here.
between my hands.
We're speaking about sports because Dan has a sports podcast. It's called
The Push-Off.
The push up. I was
You
going
were
to
about to say the
touchdown.
kickoff or the touchdown?
The touchdown.
The touchdown.
No, the push off.
Yeah, I'm the
Which is
co-host of the
when
Push-Off podcast.
You push off a sweaty man and you say, "Get away from me! Take a shower."
Yep.
That's true, except they penalize you for it because they want those sweaty men on you.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
you're
Yeah.
saying the NFL's kind of gay.
Yeah. Oh no, it's super gay.
They're super gay.
My favorite analogy for football is the true American sport because it requires you to wear overly tight pants and take land from other people.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
True American.
But
Real American.
we're kicking off our season. You're winding down to the big pinnacle.
Oh yeah, this is the biggest game of the year. This
Right.
is the be all end all. This is the formation of the faith. This is like our Easter. If you're religious, the Super Bowl is the Easter of football fans.
Right. Yeah. think
I would
that's
say
right.
it's a Christmas.
Oh, that's the draft.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because the draft, you get to open brand new presents.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Okay.
But this is the formation of the faith. Without the Super Bowl, there would be no need to have this. Without Easter, there is no Christianity.
That's true.
Without the Super Bowl, there is no football.
Who's
Yep.
the halftime?
That's going to be Maroon 5.
Uh,
Maroon
Yeah.
5, kicking it up.
they came to my college once. I didn't go.
No.
It was free. I didn't go.
You still didn't go?
Probably
it was,
a good decision.
It was like right when their album came out.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I
Songs
wasn't in
about
college.
Jane?
I was visiting colleges. So whatever.
Wait, did you not go to college?
No, I didn't go to college until 4 years ago, minus 15.
2015.
Yeah, I just graduated.
Oh, congrats.
Thanks.
Great.
Thanks. I have a bachelor's in nursing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nursing this drink.
That's right. Okay, but yes. So
For a second, I was like, "Do you?"
no. I have a bachelor's in science. That's real. That's real.
Is there a specific, like a
It
Just science.
It says
Just
bachelor
general
in
science?
That's what it says.
any particular like earth science? Or?
I did theater in college, so I don't know why it says science. I think it might be a misprint. I just was like, science sounds way better than theater. I'm just going to take it and run.
Fair.
Yeah, take it.
So, okay, we are here today to talk about My Mother's Split Personality. That is the movie. Oh, Alities.
Alities.
Oh, not just the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's multiple split
There's
personalities.
a bunch of them. Yeah.
Here's the thing. Oh, well, before we get into that, it stars Kayla Wallace and Lindsey Hartley.
Lindsey Hartley.
And we know her from, oh my gosh, what was that movie that we watched?
It was Nightmare Nurse.
Nightmare Nurse.
That was what I was on for last time.
Yes. So that was the last movie we did of her. She did one last year where she played twins, though, that I didn't cover on the podcast, and it was good.
Yeah.
There was a bad alcoholic twin and like a good twin, and the bad alcoholic twin was Twine.
It was Mark Twain.
She was
Mark Twain.
trying to kill the good twin,
Damn.
so she could take over her life because her life was so messed up.
Right.
Lindsey Hartley was good in Nightmare Nurse. Like she was
Yeah.
the only one that had chops. Everybody else was just a big plastic cutout of a human
Yes.
shape, and she was legit. She was real.
She's an actress. That's why they gave her this movie where she plays 4 different people,
Wow.
Yeah.
and she pulls it off. But here's the thing. Here's our disclaimer. Dan is a new dad.
It's true. I had a brand new baby, Ava Catherine Wright, 8 pounds 1 ounce, born December 18th. Can't have the social security number, but there's a lot of information about that baby out public now.
Right.
Right.
But, follow her on Instagram, at Catherine.
Just general. Somehow we got at Catherine. It was
Well,
really
when
amazing.
Instagram started, you just lock that down.
Yeah, lock it up.
Right away. But no. So I was like, Dan, let's do this movie. And he's like, let me check my schedule. I have a baby. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. But I really want you to be on this Lindsey Hartley movie. So we were talking about it. He's like, cool, I can do it. And then last night he was texting me and I didn't see it until this morning because I'm bad at checking Facebook Messenger, apparently. And he's like, I can't find it. I'm like, oh, no, it's not on streaming. You had to record it on DVR. This is why cable sucks.
I don't
Comcast, you
have-
suck.
Sorry, everybody out there listening that likes Lifetime. I don't have the Lifetime channel
Right.
personally because I host a football podcast, and so that's not really.
That's why I thought you would have
Concentric
cable.
circles.
I was like, Dan definitely has cable. He has a football podcast.
No, I stream illegally for any of my ESPN stuff.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Whoa, man.
yeah.
You're gonna get a raid
I know.
on your house when this comes
Yeah,
out.
you mean you someone else does that.
That's okay.
You're just in the room.
I have a VPN. It's fine.
Okay. So Dan hasn't seen the movie, but he's here with all the facts because I was like, fine, I know Dan will do homework. Here's your homework. And he's going to jump in with all the facts throughout the movie. I'm going to explain the movie to both of these boys.
Please.
Yeah.
And they are going to either decide if they're going to pour it up or put a cork in it. Okay? That's
Yeah.
the plan.
That's it.
That was a lot to get through, but it's the first episode of the season, so deal with it, everyone.
Deal with it.
Okay, here we go. We start off. We have Gail, okay? Gail is Lindsey Hartley, obviously. She's on the phone with her doctor, or maybe her boyfriend, or maybe her husband. We don't know, but she's like, I need to refill my pills. I'm saying it really bitchily, but she was doing an acting. I'm just going to disclaim that Lindsey Hartley is a better actress than I am. Like, I'm an actress, but, I'm not an actress.
Lindsey Hartley's
You're not an
a
actress
good
actress.
actress.
Right. So I can't do her justice. You should probably watch the movie if you want to see how she really did it. But she's like, I need my pills refilled. And her husband's like in a hotel room. He's like, don't worry about it. It's going to be okay.
Wait, is it her husband? Or is it her doctor?
Husband, doctor, we don't know. We don't know yet.
Oh,
We don't get that
suspense.
yet. Yep.
And he's like, don't worry. We'll talk to Amy about it. And Amy is one of her other personalities.
Oh, okay.
So he knows about her personalities, and she's like, the meds aren't working, like they're all coming out. I'm losing time, and he's like, okay. He hangs up with her, and he just starts pounding whiskey,
Just
like he's very stressed about it. So he just like pours a glass of whiskey and just like chugs it in like one gulp. pours another one, chugs it again, grabs his throat, dead on the floor. He's been poisoned.
Oh,
Okay.
Was he pouring the whiskey out of a decanter? Or
No,
a
it was like a bottle.
It was like a whiskey bottle.
but
And-
not a brand new, not a hermetically sealed bottle.
No.
No.
Well,
It had been opened.
it gets explained immediately because the bellhop comes in and he's like, shouldn't have drank out of that glass that I put poison in.
Damn it,
bitch."
bellhop!
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, the bellhop.
It's always the bellhop.
So we flash to.
He comes in. He's, oh, good, my poison worked.
Basically, yes. Basically, yes. I like that. I appreciate that about Lifetime
Yeah.
movies, that they explicitly tell you what happened.
Yeah.
Because I just need you to explain it to me. I don't want to
it's
figure
too
it out myself.
Right.
I do want one day for somebody to just open the door bag. It's me, the murderer,
Yes.
and people go, "Oh, thank you."
God,
Oh, good. Should I start running now?
God, this
or?
isn't a murder mystery.
Right. So Julie is the Gail's daughter, okay?
Okay.
She is back from college for the funeral of her dad. So the guy was her husband, Gail's husband.
Bummer.
Okay.
Sorry, Gail's husband. Was he named?
No. Or maybe they said his name, but it doesn't matter.
Chief.
Yeah. Turns out that he died of a heart attack, literal line, from eating cheeseburgers. And Lindsey Hartley has to make this line work. I told him not to eat so many cheeseburgers.
Although, in fairness, when I die, that'll be a quote from my wife too, so that's okay.
I feel
Yeah,
like
understand
that
it.
might be a thing
And-
too for me. Like, just
Yeah.
he died of cheeseburgers,
Right.
Overdose.
It was really funny. But she is like very distraught and crying about it. Like she was like actually like crying real tears. Like I can't believe this. Like the cheeseburgers.
She's using this line. She's able to cry still.
She did, and I was like,
Wow.
Chops, man.
So the
Lindsey
mother
Hartley.
and daughter briefly acknowledge each other's presence. They sit down, and she's like, "Hello, daughter," and the daughter's like, "Hello, mom." They have a strained relationship.
She actually said the word daughter. Hello, daughter.
No. But
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because that's a message.
well, right. But Gail has switched personalities.
Oh.
So we know this by she stares off into space, and then we hear like a and it's like a music cue. There's like little dee under that too. So it's like a music cue and like an actress like staring off into space, and then she turns back and she's like, "What was that? Oh, who?" She didn't say who are you, but she's kind of like, "Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this bitch?" Because she turns into Madeline, not
So we've
Madeline.
got
I think I wrote-
Gail, the base personality.
Yes, and she's very stressed.
Gail's very stressed. We've got Amy, who we haven't met yet.
No,
Yeah.
and Madeline.
Madeline.
And Madeline is super sexy. So she's like, "Daughter, I have to go." And she's like, the funeral. And she just like,
I
fuck it.
gotta go get
she
that
gets in her
dick.
car. In her trunk of her car is a sexy ass outfit. She puts it on, and it is like sexy. It has like a cutout in the like cleavage area. You know, like it's like got neck and like body.
Oh, man, that's
but
like my
it's, the
favorite.
cutout, like a diamond cutout for the boobies.
Yeah.
That's
Right?
Yeah.
that's my favorite because that's just a slutty outfit.
It was great.
That
And it was
outfit
hot
plus
pink.
fishnets. My goodness,
My goodness.
game over.
There you go. She looks great. She goes to a bar. She meets the bellhop. And she's like, that funeral was so boring. Everyone was crying. It was terrible. And she's like kissing him. and the
Oh,
bartender
okay.
comes over and she's like,
That makes
"Hey,
sense.
Gail." And she's like, "Oh, I'm not Gail. I wish she would call me by my real name." And the guy's like, relax. Don't worry. She doesn't really understand your personalities. So he knows about her personality.
The bellhop does, or the bartender?
The
does?
bellhop does.
Okay, the bellhop is in on this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So turns out that I'm trying not to get too far ahead of myself, but he's like a scheming man, okay? And he's like talking about all her personalities. He's like, "Well, we saw Amy and Gail, but you're the one that I really love." So he's like playing all the personalities and like dating them, maybe.
Is he grifting him? Doing a little grift?
Is
on
that
the,
is that technically polyamory?
Yeah, I think so.
no, not technically.
Is it emotionally
It's
polyamory?
emotionally polyamory.
Yeah.
Key thing to note: they've only met 3 months ago.
Oh, so this is hot and heavy.
Okay. And he's like, "We're going to become a little family together." but it's really just one person.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like treating them all like they're individuals. This guy's really fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, he killed somebody with a glass.
Well, and it sounds like he knows the shit with the dissociative identity, whatever.
Dissociative identity disorder?
Yep.
Yes. Dan, tell us a little bit about what that means.
So dissociative identity disorder is one of the 3 subsets of dissociative disorders. Some of these can be dissociative amnesia, also known as a fugue state. And then there's basically dissociative disorder that separates you from reality. So when some people go like, oh, I'm seeing myself do a thing and I can't control it. So like that idea of floating above one's body, those are all dissociative states. But dissociative identity disorder is generally almost exclusively brought on by severe trauma, severe emotional trauma. So you basically like, you know, when you compartmentalize something and you go, oh, I'm this way at work, you know, or I'm this way with my family. Imagine if those things existed for you, but you didn't even acknowledge that you had the capability of living in those other states. So like work Patrick is unaware of how home Patrick behaves, and you might have extreme personalities in either one of those states. That's a dissociative identity disorder.
I mean, that sounds like me.
That sounds like
That
what
sounds
I
like
have.
me.
What's it's the scary thing is like we all to
How
a degree
common
experience
is
that.
it?
Very uncommon in that it occurs in less than 0.5%
Okay.
of people, but that's also sectioned pretty heavily outside the United States. The United States has a very low incidence of this, but you'll find dissociative identity disorders externally because there's a lot more trauma other
Right.
places.
Interesting. Because if I were to go on TV movies, I would say it happens quite a lot. I brought a clip today from the original, they call it DID in the movie. So you have to be cool and know. It's DID, okay?
DID.
This is Sally Field playing Sybil in Sybil with an S.
Okay.
Not Sybil like Sybil Shepherd, you know?
Right.
So I'm going to play a clip of her having all her personalities.
Not the movie where she played Sybil Shepherd.
There might be an ad. I hope not, but I don't think there would because this is from the 70s. But this is like my favorite example of this.
There is no kitty cat.
I don't want to see him. No.
Got suction cups on your toes or something?
It's not there. It's not there. The kitty cat is not there.
No.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. No. No.
She won an Emmy for this.
You're not Danny. The people, they watch. They're everywhere.
Now, what are you talking about?
Oh, get out. I'm going
She has like,
places. I'm going
I think
places.
16 personalities in this movie.
That's a lot.
You're in New York.
She's going through them all right now.
She will be glad
Dr.
to see me.
Wilbur.
You know what to do. I have to find Perch.
Who is Dr. Wilbur?
That's all right. I'll hitchhike. I want my
You
suitcase.
hitchhike where? You can't go anywhere unless you are somewhere, and you don't know where you are.
And how confusing would that be? Because you're like, who am I talking to? You know?
Okay.
Who is this?
Yeah.
Who is this now?
And honestly, they would not be able to answer you. They would not be able to give you a tangible answer.
Like a real one is like they don't really have. So movie ones, it's like they're different names.
They all have different names. And they say,
But like, so you're saying like,
hey, it's me, Madeline, and I wear sexy clothes.
in real
You
life,
know?
it would be like, I'm Drew, or it's like,
I'm Drew!
It can be both. It can be both. You can have.
God.
that's my work. One.
Whoa.
Welcome here. You can have both, where you can be like, no, this is I'm Drew, and then you have a certain way you are, and then another facet of Drew. A lot of times, it's easier if a person is able to identify and work, because there's no medication for dissociative identity disorder.
Right.
It's all based in psychotherapy. That's the only way you can actually alleviate some of the symptoms, is to get people to stop compartmentalizing.
Right.
You know, people with DID oftentimes are
Yes.
treated with antidepressants, but that's only to treat certain individual personality aspects. So some of them may not suffer from antidepressants and may react
That is-
differently to antidepressants.
That is fucking crazy.
Isn't it insane?
I mean, like
Like,
not
not
in the-
rude crazy?
not rude
Like,
crazy. Like
just
you're,
like
you crazy.
blows your mind. Yeah.
like that's nuts to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, just because it's you're having that like, so like in reality, it's like, who am I talking to now? Like, what do you? Are you crazy? Me? You're
Yeah.
talking to me, like,
Right. Totally.
But then you don't.
completely different person.
So they wouldn't really know necessarily unless they were being treated. They wouldn't know about the other things.
If that person they are being was being treated, they all have to be treated
So
separately.
There's various degrees as
That's a
well.
lot.
What a
There's some
nightmare.
people that go, "Oh, I felt myself disassociate, but I was watching this other person live in my skin."
Mm-hmm.
And there's some people that go like, it's like a light switch where they're off, something else is on, they're off, something else is on, and there's no continuity between the personalities. So dissociative identity disorder, the more severe kinds, like if you ever see the movie Split,
Oh yeah.
James McAvoy does an incredible job in a very, very severe form of DID, where each one is aware of the other's existence, but there is no through line, there is no connectivity. And that is the way it is.
And
There's
one
no
gives them
connectivity.
superpowers.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
also true.
Yes.
Everyone with dissociative identity disorder can walk on walls.
Has
Okay.
superpowers.
So in this,
I hope that's in this movie. I know
no,
I didn't see
not
it.
in this movie.
Damn it.
But in this movie, they do talk about going to the light. So like one person's in the light, and that's when they're featured as like the personality.
okay. Kinda like
so
a
they all are
stage.
aware of each other. But yeah, they're all on stage, I guess is a good way to think about it. So Gail gets back into the light, and she's like talking to Madeline in the bathroom mirror. They're talking to each other. So it's like Lindsey Hartley is over here in the
flip.
mirror, and then like yeah.
Yeah.
And
So that's inaccurate.
well, right.
Call them
Well, you know,
sort of.
but they're like, we have to keep this together because of the insurance policy on the husband. He had an insurance policy.
Wait, is Gail in on this?
Gail's in on it.
Also?
God damn.
Gail is also dating the bellhop.
What? Oh, right.
Yes.
They're all
all
damn.
in on it. And
Wow.
we find out the bellhop, his name is Warren.
Ugh, fuck that guy.
Yeah,
Yes.
Already.
And Warren, like Gail tells Madeline that like there is something going on with Warren, like he's cheating on them, and she should check it out. So Madeline goes through his stuff and finds a gun, and she's like, "Oh, there's a gun," and there's pictures of him with the bartender.
What? Bartender, dude bartender?
It's a girl bartender, unfortunately.
I was going to say, now that's
That's
some shit
good.
right there.
fun. That's fun.
No, girl bartender. And Madeline's like, "What the hell, Warren? Like, you have all these pictures with this girl. You're clearly dating her." And he's like, "Oh, it was a past relationship. Don't worry about it." And then another personality comes that none of them know about, Sadie. And Sadie's like, "I'm getting the gun and I'm going to kill you."
She's
Whoa.
she's Chris Farley from that Gap Girl sketch. Good to see that character still getting work.
Starving. Lay off me. I'm starving.
I'm here for the gun and the French fries.
I will reiterate, Lindsey Hartley is a better actress than I am. Clearly. But yes, essentially yes, but with a gun. And
It's more fun.
She shoots Warren in the ear.
God, what is she, Van Gogh? Christ.
I know.
Oh.
And he's like, "You shot me." And she's like, "I'm out of here." So
Did she miss
she
his
meant
head?
she meant to shoot him, but Gail took over the body just in time to like slightly move the
okay.
gun.
Oh, okay.
And then Gail runs out and she's like, "I can't believe I almost killed someone. I gotta go see my therapist."
I mean, I got to be honest with you, Gail. Probably should have seen the therapist a little bit before this.
Well, she did kill someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, her
Already?
husband. But she didn't do it. She just Lady Macbeth did,
Okay.
So Warren goes to the bartender's house. Her name is Tony, and Tony's like, "What the hell? You, almost got killed. Like, we have a plan. We're gonna get this millions of dollars from life insurance, and we're gonna go to Bermuda." And he's like, "Yes, baby, yes, we will do that. I'm sorry." And he's like, "I'm gonna work on getting,
Not shot in the ear.
I'm gonna work on getting Gail to marry me tomorrow.
All right. I'll do it tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
That's what I tell my wife about chores and things. Like, oh, we'll get married tomorrow. It's fine.
right?"
Ugh.
And Julie, the daughter, remember her? She, yeah, not really, right? She hasn't been in this movie a lot, and she doesn't get a lot of play in this movie because there's all the personalities to get through.
Yep.
So Julie is working with her friend Mark, who's like a college friend, and he's like a little cutie. And she's
Is
like,
there a more fucking anodyne name than Mark?
I know, Mark.
Like, Mark literally is like a euphemism for a suspect or like real cheap ass chintzy dude. You're like,
Yes.
oh, what are you, a Mark? Great.
But he has connections at the college, so they go talk to the professor of psychology.
What?
Yeah.
And this is where we get all our information that Dan has already told us much better than they did. Because they're like, oh, your mom, they like say the symptoms that the mom is experiencing, and the professor's like, I believe she has DID, multiple personality disorder. And then they go and watch a bunch of clips on YouTube, but it's called VisiVid. So they basically watch that Sybil clip that I played from Sally Field's movie. And they're like, Julie's like, I don't think my mom would have this. I would know. She's my mom. You know?
Yeah.
But really, she doesn't even have a good relationship with her mom.
Yeah, she wouldn't know.
So Warren wastes no time, and he proposes to Gail and Madeline, and they both say yes, and they get married as soon as possible, you know. There's a nightmare sequence that happens where Julie thinks her mom is, like, killing her.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah. And she calls her mom, and she's like, Mom, like, I had a really bad dream. Like, let's go to lunch and maybe bring your friend, the one you were talking about the other day, Madeline. And Gail's like, oh, fuck. I didn't realize I talked about her. And so she orchestrates a whole thing where she gets Tony, the bartender, to be Madeline at the brunch. Okay?
Is this Tony with an eye?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
It's got to be a Tony with an eye.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
With a heart on the eye.
So you
And
suspect Tony.
Gail has everything covered, okay? She's like feeling good about it. Julie shows up. They have their little lunch. And then Tony is like talking, and Julie's like, well, what was your major in college? Because I'm in college and I'm a college student. And Tony's like, my major? Ooh.
I hope she did it just like that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Tony wasn't a good actor. She's the equal part with
She
me.
pulls her collar to like,
Steam comes
Yes.
out.
Lindsey Hartley is like, oh, you mean art history, right? And Tony's like, yes, art history, yes. And Julie is like, oh, well, what do you think about Paul Rubens? And she's like, loved him, Pee Wee Herman. Buffy
I was going to say, yeah,
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
The
Great,
best
great.
death scene ever.
Yes, great death scene in Buffy. No, she means Peter Paul Rubens, the painter from the 1600s. Okay.
Then say Peter Paul.
I
Paul
know.
Rubens
It
is
was-
the more famous Paul
It was
Rubens.
shady. But now Julie is like, I don't trust. Something's going on here.
Fair.
So Warren cancels on a date with Gail and Madeline because he has to bail out Tony because she got a parking ticket for like driving drunk or something. Or that's not what that means. A speeding ticket, or like she got pulled over and like got in trouble.
sure.
So he had to go bail her out.
Yeah.
Fair.
I said like 3 different things that happened. It wasn't very clear.
There's
And
been a murder. Here's your fine.
Madeline takes over Gail's body and goes out to pick up some dudes because she's not gonna just sit around and wallow that Warren's not coming on their date. So she goes out. She like has a man like hit on her, and she's like, "You can't handle me." And she walks away, and he's like walking after her, and he grabs her, and she bites him. Okay, and Julie is watching the whole thing because she trailed her mom, and she's like, "Mom."
Mom, why are you biting dudes?
Yes.
Mom,
And-
drop it. No.
Yes. And she's like, "Arr, arr." The police come, and like they're like, Gail gets almost taken to jail, but Julie's like, she's my mom. She didn't mean to
And the
bite
cops
him.
are like, oh, okay then.
Oh.
Right. Oh, okay.
She's a mother. This is
Yes.
fine.
This makes sense.
And Warren shows up like just in time to be like, hey, I got this. It's fine. And Julie's like, you know, maybe it's not a good time for my mom to marry you. Like, you should just like back off and like let. But she's clearly having some problems. She bit a man tonight.
How you feeling? I bit somebody. Good then. So good.
But Warren goes out the next day and marries her.
He's just straight up.
They
he
just
doesn't
get
care.
married. Yeah.
He likes the biting. It's fine. Some people like biting.
So
Nation. Whatever you're into, man. I'm not here to kink shame.
Julie at the brunch got a picture of Tony on her phone and sent it to her friend Mark, who did computer sleuthing and did a reverse image search and
Enhance.
found her face. And he found out that she is a criminal.
What?
Okay. So they go to the police and they're like, here's the picture.
Wait, that Tony is a criminal?
Yeah. And they're like,
Gotcha.
he's a private investigator. They hire like a private investigator. They're like, Warren is a guy that she's with. We need to know more about Warren, so look into it. So Warren is with Gail, and Gail goes into Amy's persona, and Amy is a baby child.
Oh, yeah. We haven't met Amy yet.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like coloring, and she's like, where's my mommy? I want to have my mommy.
Oh,
Like
no.
that type of baby talking thing. And he's like, "Oh, she'll come, don't worry." And she's like, "Well, you take such good care of me, thank you."
Ugh,
Yeah,
gross.
I know, and I'm like, "Oh, this is weird." But he's basically just like, everything will be fine when we go to Bermuda, and get away, and we're gonna take Gail, and we're gonna take Madeline and Sadie, I guess. And
Would you want to take Sadie?
No. And yeah, they're gonna go on their honeymoon as soon as possible because they gotta get out of town. You know,
Oh, you
it's
gotta
like
scram.
a very big.
We haven't
time
met
crunch.
the personality called the Dragon yet, though. So
No,
this is-
soon.
It'll come. So
Inside the plane as they're flying.
all this time, Julie is calling her mom, but her mom is Amy now, so she's a child and doesn't know how to work phones. So Warren deletes the voicemails, deletes the texts, like everything, and Julie's like, "What's going on?" She's getting more and more pissed. She finds a journal at some point from Julie's mom, or not Julie's mom, Gail's mom. It's very confusing.
Julie Grandma?
Julie's grandma. She has
Okay.
a journal that's like, "My daughter is acting very strange and has a bunch of different personalities." So now Julie kind of knows what's going on,
She's
right?
figuring it out. Okay.
Yes.
Julie strikes me as being pretty slow.
Yes.
But also like pretty street smart though.
Yeah. Stop biting people. Good
Yes.
advice.
Good advice.
There's an uncle in this whole thing that's very not important. He's just like hired the private eye, but he gets murdered because,
He's an uncle.
well, he's an uncle, and he like calls the police, and I think Tony and Warren like kill him. I don't know.
He's just uncling around.
He's just a loose. He's a loose end. You don't want uncles around.
Yes,
No.
like Tony finds him, and she's been recording all the conversations that she's been having with Warren about their plot to go to Bermuda and con this family. And he's like, "I'm gonna tell everyone," and she's like, "No, you're not," and she kills him.
Yeah, I'm real glad I had a kid because for a while there it was only an uncle, which makes you really susceptible to murder.
It's true. In all Lifetime movies, uncles always die. It's a very dangerous time for uncles.
Very dangerous time.
So the police are really dragging their feet because Julie calls them. She's like, "My uncle's murdered," and they're like, "Okay, well, we'll check it out. Whatever. We don't really care."
Oh, fine if we
And
have
she's
to.
like, "No, it's probably Tony and Warren. They're very bad people."
That guy. Oish.
And she's like, "Here's all the proof that Mark found on his computer." And they're like, "Oh, well, we don't care." And
That does sound like cops, in fairness. This is very
Yeah.
well written.
And she calls her mom, and she's like, "Mom, you are with a killer. He killed Uncle John." And Gail's like, "Oh my God, Uncle John. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
What am I doing?"
Is it like her brother?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or her husband's brother.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I guess, she should feel bad about killing
her
the husband. but-
brother-in-law.
yeah.
Okay.
But she snaps out of it, and she is walking with Warren, and they're in a restaurant because he's taking her to the airport. But she's like, "I have to pee." And in the restaurant, she grabs a knife and stabs him.
What?
Stabs who?
Warren.
Warren,
In the
okay.
middle of the restaurant. And I was like, "Oh my God." And
Where did she stab him?
like in the neck. He's
Ooh,
dead.
that's God, that's the
Done.
worst.
That's the worst place to get stabbed.
And then we flash
Trust
to
me.
a mental institution, and Lindsey Hartley's wearing gray sweats, and she still looks great. And she's
Lindsey Hartley, keeping it together.
she
Keeping
wrote
it.
a novel about her whole experience and dedicated it to, or no, Julie wrote the novel because she's the one in college. So she wrote a novel about the whole experience, and she dedicated it to the mom. And that's it.
That's it, huh?
Wow.
I know.
Good.
It's a lot.
What happened to Tony?
Tony died.
Good.
Did she die? No.
I don't know.
She's got in jail.
Probably got in jail.
For a
She's a
parking
grifter.
ticket.
She got in
It
jail
was
for
a parking ticket.
Yeah,
Then they found
for the
out.
parking
And then they realized she was a super grifter.
Yes.
She's just like got a boot on her car and is like, well, I guess I live here now.
Well,
Oh, well.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I have my car now.
Damn.
So yes, not a lot to this plot. It was just more about the acting and like getting the people going. So
Yeah.
like explaining what DID is, and then like having the actress play like all the different roles out, and then you being like, "Ooh, there's a new one. Ooh, there's a new one." So yeah, it was fun.
How did she do? Was there enough clear differentiation between the four characters? Characters?
Yes. What I like about this type of thing is that usually they dress different. Like in United States of Terror, that Showtime show with
Yeah.
oh my God, what is her
Oh,
name?
yeah.
You know the girl.
Her?
Toni Collette.
Toni Collette, yeah.
She's great. But every character would have to put on a
Tony
different
with
outfit.
an eye?
Tony with an eye. She
Well,
would
the
put on
one
a different
redeeming
outfit
one.
every time, and I loved that. That show only lasted like 2 seasons, but it was good.
I liked it.
Yeah,
I liked that
me
one.
too.
Yeah.
But then you get to know all the personalities. So this
Yeah.
is similar to that. Only they didn't have as many like outfit changes. They did subtly change because it wouldn't make sense for them to change their outfits every time.
Right. No,
Yeah.
that doesn't make
Because
sense at all.
they're on the run and
Right.
trying to get to Bermuda. So
Although imagine if you had DID and you're like, all right, I'm going to wear like basketball warm-up jackets so that when I want to transition in between characters, I'm
yes,
just
you're
like,
like next outfit, next outfit. So Dan, I assigned you more homework about Lindsey Hartley. Do you
Yes.
have any homework you'd like to tell me about her?
So I do. Lindsey Hartley basically came to fame, rose to prominence for the soap opera Passions.
No way.
That's true. She was on Passions. She was the center of Passions.
Oh my God, I loved Passions, but I don't remember her. I just remember Timmy.
Yeah, well, I got news for you. She was the number one thing. She was on Passions from the beginning of the show. She played Teresa Lopez Fitzgerald Winthrop Crane.
Oh, damn. That's a lot of
Damn,
names.
girl.
Yeah, she was married.
But I like that Lopez is in there, okay, because I know she's got some
But wasn't-
ethnicity in her.
Wasn't she was on another one
She was.
soap opera.
Yeah, she was. She
Days-
was also on All My Children. I want to say All My
Days
Children.
of Our Lives.
Was it Days of Our Lives too?
I love
think
Days
so.
too. Not a thing anymore.
Yeah, she played. Well, she was on All My Children. She played Cara Castillo, and she was on Days of Our Lives. She played Ariana Hernandez.
So she's been through
Sure.
it.
She's been a soap opera actress. She was in over 1,800 episodes of Passions.
Whoa.
Christ.
1,800
1,800.
episodes.
I know.
100.
We did 100 episodes of the podcast this,
Are you?
and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I've
are you
succeeded. I'm
fucking
done.
Kidding me?
Pack it in. And these are like, not to ruin anything at home.
Yeah.
Like, we're doing this in a one shot.
Right.
One shot. This
Yes.
isn't like an all-day affair.
No.
Involving a whole lot of people. This is a one shot. We're done. Wrap it up. That's an episode.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh my God, Lindsey Hartley, how the fuck did you do
It's
this?
crazy. She's a hard worker, clearly.
She
Wow.
is, and
That's
she's
all,
had.
I mean, that's all she does. I mean, that's her jam.
Yeah, she was on Passions from 1999 to 2008, which
Wow.
is really impressive. Days of Our Lives for about 2 years.
So
Drew,
she is like legitimate. Like when they say
When
the
did she
10,000 hours.
Oh,
to
yeah.
be an expert.
yeah, Malcolm Gladwell would be like, she got it.
She got it.
She got it.
When did she start doing Lifetime movies? Do you know?
Yeah, she started doing Lifetime movies back in 2016. She did a Hallmark movie in 2014 called Perfect on Paper.
Oh, I don't
So
know that one.
She had.
I would be interested to see her in a Hallmark because
Yeah.
she is really good, so she would probably make that work.
Yeah.
She had a weird career arc in that she was.
I feel
She
like
was on
she's
Passions.
overkill in a Hallmark movie.
She's good.
She'd be overkill.
Oh yeah, she'd be like too good.
Yeah, like it'd be over. You'd be like, oh,
Oh,
you don't need to. You don't need to.
you don't
do
need to
this.
really have feelings about your dead mother. Just say that she's dead.
Say that she's dead and say I sad.
Yes.
Don't even have to
sad
put
now.
M. No
Right.
alternators. Drew, she was on Smallville. I don't know if
Yeah.
you watched Smallville.
Yep, I
She
know
played
that.
Mad Harriet, one of the new gods, one of the children of Apocalypse.
Yep.
Sorry, it's a
Cool.
little nerdy.
Okay,
I knew
nerd
that.
time. Nerd time. I love it.
I did know that one.
She got that role because her ex-husband Justin Hartley, played Green Arrow on Smallville.
yeah.
Oh, he did.
Yep. So he played Green Arrow,
I only
and
know
then
him
he's
from
like
This Is
Mad
Us
Harriet.
in my heart because he's so cute.
He's a handsome man. They
But-
are a handsome couple. My goodness.
So they are married,
No, they got divorced in 2012. They have
God,
one
she's
child
done
together.
So much shit.
but she kept his last name.
She kept his last name. So her last name originally was Corman.
Oh,
Which
even on
is-
Passions.
So when she first came on to Passions, it was Corman. They didn't get married until 2002.
Wow.
Or sorry, 2004.
But it's just like her professional name at this point, so
It-
she might as well keep
Yeah.
it.
So from 2004 all the way to 2012,
I don't
it
know.
was Hartley.
I don't know if I
How
would do
does
that.
she? When does she go to sleep? When does
know.
she sleep?
Well, and she looks great, so she must have like good face masks because she does not look tired at all.
She's in incredible shape.
I don't think.
She's 41.
Is she
really
real?
no
Is she real?
way.
She's 41.
I don't think she's real.
She should be my friend. 41. That's
Yeah.
I mean, I'm only 21, but whatever, you know. But I'm saying like we could be friends.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, just 40. My apologies. But yeah, even still, she's doing a great job.
Wonderful.
Sorry, Lindsay.
Sorry, Lindsay.
Sorry.
We don't want to add that year.
We're not adding that
but
year.
you know, age, you know, whatever.
Whatever, it doesn't matter.
You like look like you're 20.
Happy
You look
40th.
like you're 21.
Happy
Okay.
2000th episode of a single fucking thing. Holy God.
True.
And like a million movie, girl.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, good research,
Worker.
Dan. I'm so happy that we have the research.
Yeah.
From you. Any last minute things about Lindsay that we need to know? Before we put it up or put a cork in it?
So Lindsay's been on a real run of Lifetime films.
Yeah, she has.
So for the past
Lifetime-y.
2 years, this is her source of income. She's off that. I imagine she made 2,000 episodes of a soap opera.
Right.
Probably going to do 2,000 Lifetime movies.
Good.
I could see that. Yeah.
I'm
And
down
she's
for that.
good. The only
And
time
she's
I've ever
already
seen
made
her, she was good.
1,000 Lifetime movies, so
Yes.
she's only got 1,000 more to go.
Halfway.
Okay, great. So Dan, what are you going to do to this movie? We either pour it up or put a cork in it.
So I'm actually going to go ahead and pour it up for this one. I like Lindsey Hartley. I believe in her charisma. I believe in her acting chops. Obviously, she's got the time in there. She's a veteran. She knows what she's doing. Mm-hmm. I'm going to pour it up. This is a loopy idea, but I think she can carry the crux of this film.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to pour it up, too. That's Lindsey Hartley, man.
Okay.
That's great.
Wonderful.
Good job, Lindsey.
I am also pouring it up. It was the most entertaining one that I watched this weekend, and I
Nice.
watched 3 of them. And I was like super excited to talk about it. So
And I really like this subject. It's
interesting.
I like weird,
Yeah.
like rare psychological disorders.
Yes.
Those are cool to me.
Very
definitely weird.
interesting.
Yeah.
And totally like, I like that it's not just in America, and it's more not in America. It's in other places. That's so
Yeah,
crazy.
it's more
but
in
it makes sense.
shittier places.
Yeah, it
than
makes
America.
sense.
So when we
It's a coping mechanism.
Yeah. When we think about dissociative identity disorder, we think about these big personalities where there is, Chris Farley, and then you have all the other different personalities.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times it's just someone will react to something completely different.
Right.
Like they can actually have different fears. They'll have different tastes in food.
Oh, cool.
They'll have, it's just these subtle little things, like where a completely different person will emerge. You might not be able to tell a big noted difference,
Yeah.
but they are different people. They have different thought processes. They have different hopes and dreams and wants and fears and
So
motivations.
much shit to fucking hold up in your brain. Brains
I
are crazy.
know. Brains are crazy.
Brains, am I right?
Whoa! Speaking of brains, it's time for our favorite segment of This Week and Every Week. Terrible segue, Patrick.
What you say, Candace Cameron Bure. On my wedding day, catch the bouquet. Candace hates the gays. Candace Cameron Bure. Drinking rosé, eating creme brulee. Can't share with me. Candace Cameron Bure. Yeah. What you say, Candace Cameron Bure.
Okay, what you say, Candace Cameron Bure? We
That's
watched
a
a
great
clip
theme song.
from Candace's Instagram. I don't think you got to do one last time
I
you were
didn't.
here because you were on season 2, I think.
You had the distorted, like, what you say, Candace Cameron Bure?
Yes,
You had that one
yes.
going. That's
So
great.
Now I have a song. So Candace took a hiatus when we took a hiatus. Coincidence? I don't think so.
I don't think it is.
I don't think so.
I think she's warming up to us.
Right. It's weird. She stopped doing Instagram stories when we stopped recording. Now we're
Okay.
back, and she's back.
Huh.
And she has
Interesting.
very important things to say. So I'm going to play the clip. It's very important, okay?
Very important.
You know when you get a haircut and it looks really cute because your hairdresser styles it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then you get home and try to do it yourself, and it's not looking so cute? That's me. I need help. And when you have dinner plans that you've really been looking forward to because it's a new restaurant that you've really wanted to try, and then the day comes but you ate too much at lunch and then you really don't want to go to dinner? Yeah, that's me right now. And when you have really bad cramps
God.
and all you want to do is go to the gym and work out
Yeah, girl.
instead of going to dinner and then just stuffing yourself even more? Yeah, that's me right now.
That one's confusing.
Okay, I realize that most of us want to stay in bed when we have really bad cramps, but I've been in bed for the last 2 hours. And now, because I'm so full, I want to go to the gym.
Okay.
I don't normally say that people deserve cramps. But Candace deserves cramps.
When you're recording a podcast and doing a segment about Candace Cameron Bure, Yeah, I'm that right now. I'm doing that right now. So relatable.
So relatable.
So relatable. That's the whole point of the
Patrick, like when you're doing you're on a podcast and you're out of a vodka limeade, and you want more vodka limeade, that's me right now.
You did it. You did it. Dan, you have to do one.
Patrick, you know when you're like recording a podcast, but you also didn't get a chance to go to the bathroom before you came and recorded the podcast? That's me right now.
Oh my God. That format works for anything.
You could just say anything.
You could say
all you
anything.
have to do is say,
You know,
blah,
blah, blah. That's me right now.
you know that time when you have to blah, 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 blah?
I think that's going to be my new thing on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do that right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to record an Instagram right
Patrick, you know when you had a really good idea to do something on Instagram? That's you right
And you
now.
just have to like do it.
now. Yeah. It's so relatable.
Right now?
She's really teaching me about social media, you know? Like,
You,
it's
you know,
amazing.
You know when you're on a really hard level of Candy Crush for like 2
Candy
weeks.
Crush. I have to put a filter on it, though, so I'm a bunny. You know when you're recording a podcast about Candace and you have to do a segment like she did it? That's me right now. Okay, I did a little face up there. Great. We did it. Okay, I think that wraps up our Candace conversation.
That's
Yep.
great.
Dan, where can we find you, or when's the push-off coming?
So the Push Off podcast comes out every Wednesday. We have the Super Bowl coming up so soon.
Big time.
So soon.
Yeah.
Big time.
Guys, it is going to be an absolute slobber knocker of a game. But before that, we are going to have a guide for everybody that is not really into football,
Right.
but wants to be a part of this, wants to be able to have a conversation about the Super Bowl. We are going to be your guide. If you go to the Push Off podcast, we are going to have the non-football fans' guide to football within our podcast. So you will be able to go to those Super Bowl parties and you will be able to comport yourself with poise.
Right.
Yes.
You don't have to hang out in the kitchen, girls. You can go sit on the couch with the boys.
And you can actually get in and be like, oh, so this team like went through all this, and this team went through all this.
Yeah. Oh, touchdown, touch my body.
Touch my body.
Touch
push it
me
up.
down right there.
Touch
Yes,
me down. Push it
touch me
off.
down.
Tackle
Wonderful. Tackle my body.
me. Wide receive this.
Yes. Goal. Oh no.
Yeah,
What's
goal.
it called?
Goal. You
No,
can say
I'm
goal.
trying to think of a football reference that I know.
That's a goal.
Punt.
Punt.
That sounds sexy
Sup,
when you
punt?
say like punt. You know?
Punt.
Punt me. All right. That's enough sports talk. Drew, where can we find you?
You can find me at Drew, but with pants. You can also check out my band, The Limbos. We're on Spotify and all the things that you listen to music on.
They're good. They're our theme song for the Push Off podcast.
That
That's
is true.
amazing. No limbos on this podcast. Sorry. But if you write a Lifetime in Court theme song, I'll probably play it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for listening. Check us out on lifetimeoncourt.com. Check out our Instagram, Lifetime on Court, and I don't really know.
Yeah,
I'm
it's all over
tired.
the place.
Call us 872-267-4117. Okay, that's it. Goodbye.
Bye.